morning, good morning. Hi, guys. Hi, Addie. Hi, Madison. Azariah. Who else do I see? I see an Emmy. I see, let's see, I see a Mackenzie, a Leon, a Lucian. I don't know if I missed anybody. Well, more people are coming, so that's a good sign. And it's Science Day, so I guess it's my favorite day. Oh no. What about you guys? Is it your favorite day? Yeah. Awesome. I was just helping a fifth grader find some great science experiments for his STEM fair. Whoa, that was so cool. Do you know that asking questions about the world around us leads to great investigations and experiments? So here's one I was going to tell him. I thought this was hilarious. Do you know, like when you buy Q-tips and it says 500 Q-tips, right? Or 300, you could buy a pack of 300, you could buy a pack of 500. So I was wondering if maybe do the manufacturers, the producers tell the truth? Are there really 500 Q-tips in that package? Or are there 499 and somebody owes you a Q-tip? So you know how they'd have the machines and they're packing all those Q-tips in? What if they make a mistake? What are we paying for? If we're paying for 500 and there's not 500 in there, maybe we should get our money back. I thought that was an interesting investigation. So I wonder what questions you guys have about the world around us, but save that for another time because we're getting ready to start our live lessons. Everybody should see Doggo on the screen. Doggo is ready. Oh, here comes some friends. And let's choose our teacher helper of the week. Do our promise. Let's see. Anybody raise your hand if you want to be. Ooh. All right, wait a minute. We have to have a contest. Let's try who's the fastest hand raiser in the West. Let's try Leon, Emmy, and Adeline. Put your hands down. Totally down. Down, down, down. All the way. And when I say go, you have to raise your hand. See who's got the fastest hands. Okay. On your mark. Get set. That's cheating. You gotta put your hand down. You gotta put your hand down. I didn't say go. Go. Oh, Leon won. Nice job. Wow, he's got the fastest raising hand in the world. Are you ready, Leon? Good for you, guys. And now, are you ready to help me? Okay, you only have two things to do, the promise and the date. Ready, set, go.
Be participated, be respectful, on time, microphone muted,
change your name in the Zoom. Yeah.
Full name in chat, stay seated, eyes on me.
Woo, beautiful job. Thank you, Leon. Coming back to you in just a few minutes, okay? All right, now for our weekly spotlight, we need a little drum roll. These are the friends that I have noticed who deserve a bit of a shout out. The first one is Emmy. Awesome Zoom promise keeper. She always keeps her promise. She doesn't unmute and start yelling out things. She raises her hand. She participates. She keeps her eyes on the screen. She's an awesome Zoom promise keeper. Ruby, for amazingly detailed responses, and Ben and Almo for working hard and keeping up with all the work. Y'all are doing a great job, so keep it up, guys. But I can only do a shout out for one person per week per award. Now, Emmy, on Thursday, you get to pick a game. Okay, so start thinking about the game you'd like to play. Back to you, Leon. What is today?
Today is Tuesday, October.
Oops, that's supposed to say. Oh, I'm sorry. That's supposed to say 25th. Oh, Miss Cruz.
Oh wait, October 2022. 11.
That's right. 25th, 2022. Mrs. Cruz, how could you forget the date? Now, thank you, Leon. Our October birthdays, one more week of shout outs. Beiruz and Isabella, happy birthday. What are we doing today? Today, we will investigate wind and water so we can describe the effects of weathering on Earth's surface. I know I have it when I can describe how wind and water can change the shape of the land. Okay, now before I say the next steps, raise your hand if you were watching the news reports or know of anybody who had to suffer through the hurricane down south and you saw damage. Did you guys see some damage to the land? Did you see any flooding? Yeah, look at the hands. I know. Did you see some roofs blown apart? The houses shift? Did you see trees fall over? It was a lot of damage. What caused that damage? Was it a big hairy monster? No. It was the hurricane. What's a hurricane? Hurricane is wind and water. It's a terrible storm. And the winds and the water can create much damage. That's right. And I feel terrible for those folks down there that are still having to clean up for all that damage. Now, what are the next steps? After you learn about the effects of wind and water, you will be able to state the importance of preparing for severe weather, lightning, and other weather-related events. And that reminds me, I've seen some excellent expositories on how to stay safe during tornadoes and hurricanes and severe weather. So great job, guys. How does wind and water affect the earth? Well, that's our essential question today. What does it do to the earth? Before I move on, guys, can you think of some vocabulary words from this unit, this module? Well, here's some that I thought of. Earth's surface. Everybody, it's the surface of the earth. It's not underneath. It's not on top. It's the surface. It's what you walk on. The weather, the predictions, the precipitations, temperature, observations, data, thermometer, which of course tells the temperature, patterns, water vapor, evaporation, effects, and meteorologist and seasons. Okay, I did meet a student in second grade who didn't know the seasons. Who wants to tell me the seasons? Please tell me you know the seasons. Let's try. Ooh, I see two hands. Emmy and Adeline, unmute at the same time and tell the seasons starting with winter.
Spring, summer, fall, and winter.
Yes, very good.
And winter.
For spring, summer, fall, winter. Yes, there are 4 of them. Excellent job, guys. Thank you. Does everybody know those? How about in order? At the start of the year, like January 1st, right? You're still in the middle of winter. So they cycle winter, then spring, then summer, then fall, and then back to winter. Let's Nearpod. All right, I'll put it in the chat. I will. Hold on. I'll put it in the chat right now. Give me a second. I'm doing it. Okay, here it comes. Here's the Nearpod. It's in the chat. And of course, you can see our code on the screen as well. It is DNVYM. If you are unable to join for any reason, you are welcome to type your answers into our Zoom chat. Remember to participate in some way. No potatoes around here, okay? And this isn't very long, mostly because I actually have somewhere to go today. I have to meet 2 students and then jump in my car and run to the office, the school office. So that is why there might not be very many DVAs available today, because Mrs. Cruz will be out of the office for the afternoon signing student papery things at the school office. So I'm sorry. I'll be back tomorrow with more DVA time slots. All right, love bugs, here I go. I see 7 friends in, so that tells me you're ready. My super scientists are ready. What is our learning objective? One more time. Today, we will investigate wind and water. Wind and water, so we can describe the effects of weather and weathering on Earth's surface. I know I have it when I can describe how wind and water can change the shape of the land. Okay, this is directly from our curriculum. So if you have already done this, it's a review. If you haven't done this, it's preparing you for the module. How much do you already know about the effects of wind? A, I've got this. I know different types of wind and their effects. Notice this is only talking about wind in this slide. B, I need a little more information. What does wind do? What kind of wind? What's wind? And C, help. I don't know what wind is. All right, let's look at our answers. Ooh, very nice. Ooh, some of you have already done the module. I see that. And thank you for being honest. If you do need some practice, that's what we're here for. Hi, Carter. Can you, oh, you can't see this. No, wait, hold on. Hold on. I read your mind. Did you see that? I read your mind. Did I read your mind? Yeah. I'm getting really good. Wow. What color am I thinking of? Can you read my mind? Okay, don't answer, don't answer. So how much do you already know about the effects of wind? We saw our answers. It is, some of us know all about it. Some of us need a little practice. Awesome work. Now, let's do it. We're gonna watch just a bit of this. Okay. Oh, I like this. This is really short. This is a video about wind and water, weathering and erosion. Notice I used a new term that you might not have heard of before, weathering. Weathering, that's the wearing down of the earth from weather, right? So imagine you left a pair of shoes outside. All winter, spring, summer, and fall. You left your shoes out the whole year. What do you think the weather did to them? Ah, good question. What about land? What about rocks? Well, let's watch and see. Baby, come on, video. Ah, here it is. Garden soil, plastic pan, plastic straw, and a hair dryer. Ooh, and gloves. Let's start. Take some soil. Put it on one side. Resemble land, mountain, hill. Looks like my backyard. Take a straw. Gently observe what will happen to the soil. Make a prediction. Oh, what happened? Make a prediction, guys. What do you think will happen to the soil? Raise your hand, I'm ready. Ooh, it's gonna happen with a gentle wind. Addie, what's gonna happen?
It's gonna move around.
A lot, a little, some?
A
little bit. A gentle wind will erode or change the soil a little bit, she says. Does anyone else have a different answer? Any different answers? You all agree? Oh, Leon, what do you think will happen? I'm coming to you, Emmy.
I think that the soil will just move a little bit.
Okay, so a gentle breeze will
Yes.
only disturb the soil a little bit. Okay, thank you for that, Leon. Coming to you, Miss Emmy. And then we're going to see what happens.
I think it'll move a lot. And I always have to stand up.
Okay, we're going to find out. Thank you for giving me your answer. We're going to see. Ready, guys? Draw. Is this an example of a light or heavy wind? Carter, I'm coming to you in a second. Is this an example of a light or heavy wind? Carter, go ahead.
Can you put the Nearpod in the chat?
It should be in the chat. Can you look again? I popped it in there right before we started.
It's not in there really.
Okay, I'll do it again. Sure. I think I'll do it again. Let's see. Okay, there it is. All right, is this an example of a light or heavy wind? So blowing through a straw, gentle breeze is a light wind. If you said that, you got it right. It's, oh, I like what Leon said. It's only disturbing the soil a little bit. Nice work. All right, guys, let's keep going. Guess what they're going to do next? They're going to use the hair dryer. Okay, make your predictions. Who wants to tell me? Who wants to tell you what's going to happen? Mackenzie, I'm ready. What do you think will happen?
It's going to move a lot.
Oh, wow. It's going to blow a lot of the earth or soil. Okay, all right. Let's see what happens. And wait, one more person. Who else would like to tell me a prediction? Ooh, I see Addie's ready. Addie, what do you think will happen?
It's gonna blow. Once it does that, it's gonna blow everywhere.
Oh no, it's gonna be a big mess, isn't it? Now this reminds me, I'm serious. It looks just like my backyard. I have this really steep hill in my backyard, and I'm kind of wondering, every time does the wind blow, something happens to my yard? I feel like a hurricane wind. Let's see what will happen. Oh no! Eddie, you were right. Is the hair dryer an example of a light or a heavy wind? The words are up on the top. Light or heavy. You can spell them from the top. Carter, were you able to get in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, I see you. Great work. Ooh, heavy. Addie says heavy. Emmy says heavy. Mackenzie says a heavy wind. That's right. Have you ever been outside during a heavy wind? You know what I don't ever want to be outside for? The heaviest wind. A tornado. Ooh, that's really a heavy wind, isn't it? Very destructive. And it moves a lot of the earth around. I know.
Or
okay,
hurricane.
I know. I've been outside during a hurricane, but not because there's different levels of hurricane, isn't there? I've only been outside for the one or two. All right, guys. So let's move on. Talk a little bit more. That only showed us wind. What about weather? But let's finish talking about, water. Let's finish talking about wind. Drag the definitions first. So see the words at the bottom? You're going to read those and drag them under the correct heading on the T-chart. Is it a strong wind or a light wind? I'll help you. The first one says, it can move things like your hair and flags, but doesn't cause damage. Would you slide that under the strong or the light wind? The second one says, can cause damage to things like trees and buildings. So do the words first, move them under the correct heading, and then start with the pictures. Show the examples of light and strong wind. Slide them under the T-chart to show, ooh, look at that. Don't forget the words. Ooh, good work, Mackenzie. Ruby, I love it. Yes, they should go first, and then you can slide the pictures next. Oh, yeah, I agree. Don't forget the words, Leon, Addie, Emmy. They're like tiny little text or a caption. It tells about which one is strong and which one is light. Nice. There goes Addie. Oh, she's got it. Yes. There's Madison's. Very nice. Oh, kiss your brain, guys. They're coming in. Lucian, don't forget the words. Ruby's got it. Mackenzie's got it. Addie's got it. Emmy's working on it. Let me see. Madison's almost done. Very nice. So, of course, once again, these are observations that we make, and we can observe the effects of the wind on the earth, objects on the earth, land on the earth, people on the earth, whatever. But we can see what happens to the earth. Whatever it is you're observing, you can see the effects. All right, guys, good work. If you're not finished, don't worry about it. Let's move on. There's more to come. Look closely. You're going to need blue and red. Blue and red, okay? Listen carefully. Circle the example of a light wind in blue. Circle the example of a strong wind in red. Aha, here comes a blue. Blue is a light breeze, a gentle breeze. It may move something lightly, gently, but it doesn't cause any damage. Red, ooh, look out, red, causing damage to the earth, changing the landscape. Very nice. Oh, that was a nice, easy one, wasn't it? What is that first picture of? What is that? Anybody know? Oh, let's see. Lucian, what's that first picture of? Is that a t-shirt?
It's a sock.
Or a sock? Where is it?
On a digital one.
In a gentle wind, that's right. Do you know, my grandma used to dry clothes out on a line outside, and it would dry in the sun and the breeze. That's right. And she would clip the clothes onto a nice long laundry line, clothesline, and that's where she would dry them. Nowadays, I just throw them in the dryer. Sometimes I put towels outside to dry. All right, guys, good work. Here we go. Thank you, Lucian. You can mute. Yep. All right, now let's discuss this. And you can go ahead and circle as much of the damage as you can see. Just like recent Hurricane Ian, strong winds caused damage to homes. Let's circle and then discuss ways that strong winds have been observed to cause damage to this house. Been a lot of damage to that home, right? Did anybody else have damage to their homes during Hurricane Ian? Did you notice any roof damage or trees that fell? Windows broken? Wow, look at that. Yeah, Madison, I see a lot too. Look at all the Emmys. And Lucian found a lot of damage. That's right. A tornado can cause similar damage, maybe even worse. That's, to me, the ultimate destructive wind is the tornado. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I see the windows blown out too, don't you? I wonder if there was a way we could protect the house from winds. Anybody know how to protect windows? How can we protect our windows, Carter?
Putting metal or wood on it.
That's
just
right.
put metal or wood on the front of it.
Yeah.
Because last hurricane, but not like this one that happened like a few weeks ago, we
Yeah.
didn't put like any like wood or metal in our windows, but some of our neighbors did. But on like the other one before hurricane on Hurricane Irma, we put wood on our windows.
Yeah, excellent. Those are called, the metal ones are like called hurricane shutters. And I saw people in my neighborhood doing that too. Mackenzie, go ahead. Thank you, sir. Mackenzie.
I was gonna say that well, I didn't, but I was gonna say put shutters up on your windows, but then you said it.
Exactly. Thank you. You got my word. Nice job. And what about protecting trees? How do we protect trees or prepare them for strong winds? Addie, how do you protect a tree?
You have to trim them.
Smart. Yes. Boy, you guys are on it. You're right. And I noticed that too. There was a neighborhood that I stayed in up in Tallahassee, and they didn't prepare at all. Their trees had old branches hanging low. And I kept thinking, gee, I'm so glad it's not coming up here, because those trees would not do well. They should have been trimming them. Good work, guys. Okay, stop here and let's move on. Getting closer to the end. I think we're about halfway done. It's thinking. Aha. I want you to tell me what is so important to know about wind. If you were, I don't know, a meteorologist, a teacher, what would you, or oh, I know, an emergency services person, What would you tell people that's important to know about wind? Would you tell them about the types of wind? How to stay safe? Would you tell them about the difference between heavy and light winds? Oh, Leon, yes, just like that expository, how to stay safe during a hurricane or a tornado. Very nice. Ooh, you getting hearts. That's awesome. Something more, maybe something important to know. Wind gives us, oh, that's interesting. Ah, yeah, the air, that's what wind is. It's moving air. Very good. Yeah. Oh, stay inside during the, yeah, that's a good one. Thank you, Maddie. Oh, let's listen to Lucian's.
Stay safe.
Yes, very good, Lucian. Very nice. When you see strong winds coming, stay inside, stay safe, prepare for a tornado. Ooh, watch the weather reports. Desiree, that's absolutely awesome. Something I do all the time is watch the weather. Excellent job. Ooh, take cover, take cover. Those tornadoes can be super devastating. But wind is also good, isn't it? It's wonderful to be outside, maybe in the evenings and feeling a gentle breeze. The birds love to soar on the wind, don't they? Yeah, they love it. They don't have to work so hard with their wings when they can just glide on the wind or the breeze. Awesome. Okay, love bugs, let's move on. Ready, set, go. What about water? What about water? Does water have this?
Hello, this is
impact?
Mighty Owl. Ah, listen to the sound of the river. Isn't it relaxing? But the water flowing in the river is doing more than just creating a peaceful picnic area. It's actually making big changes to the earth around it, even the riverbed. You might be thinking, no way, that's not possible. Well, it might not be easy to see it now, but day after day, the water is making very small changes to the rocks, to the sand, and the mud. And that, mighty scientists, is called weathering.
So there is your first vocabulary word for this unit. Where does weathering occur? Where does it happen? Is it only in your backyard? Is it in Publix? Where does weathering occur? Oh, think about it. Look outside your window. Look at the maps. Watch a weather report. Does weathering happen in a certain place or outside? Yeah, for sure. Definitely outside. Does it happen only in Florida? Oh, Addie says all over. That's right. It happens all over the earth. Very good. Yep, everywhere. Nice work, Mr. Isaac. Yeah, definitely. So weathering, the process of wind and water wearing down and changing the earth and the landforms and all the things around us happens all over the earth, and it's constantly changing. What you see this morning will look different tomorrow morning. It may be so tiny you might have to see it with a microscope, but the changes are happening all the time. Thank you, thank you. So I just wanted to skip ahead. Water can have the same impact, maybe even more powerful than wind. Take a quick field trip, quick. Oh, look at that. Now, not only is the wind blowing on the structures, the rocks, the beach, the trees, but the water is crashing into it with its what? The force of the waves. That's right. Those waves are super powerful too. And what has it done to the shape of this land? 3, 2, 1, go, Mrs. Cruz. Come on, you can do this. Hurry up. What did you observe? Quick, share an observation you made about how the wind or water has changed the shape of the land. Did it smooth down the rocks? Did it make them more jagged? Did it move the rocks? Did it wear down that building? Did it break it? Is it blowing the trees over? Is it making it hard to stand on those rocks? How has that wind and the water changed the shape? Now, we already learned about how wind can change the shape of something. But what about water? What does it do to the land? It's called, ready for it, erosion. Yes, I see that, Emmy. Very good. Who else? Oh, it did move the rocks around, Desiree. Madison, it changed the shape over time. That's an interesting thought. What if the beach was much bigger, but over time it shrunk because the water kept taking the rocks and the sand and the beach away? Yes, the rocks definitely changed. Good work, guys. No more time for this. Move it, Mrs. Cruz. We are ready to go on. Drag the descriptions of each storm type under the correct headings. So how does this work? Let's see. Oh, we have hurricane, tornado, or big waves. Hurricane, tornado, or big waves. Quick as you can. Drag the picture of the hurricane under the heading hurricane. Drag the picture of the tornado under the heading tornado. And drag the big waves under the picture of the big waves. And 3, 2, oh, here they come. 1. Ooh, I see big waves. Yes, look at those waves. And let me show you the example. Here's how I'll pick Emmy's as the example. Switch your tornado and hurricane one. And let's look at Mackenzie's. She got a hurricane. Oh, that circular hurricane. You've been watching the weather. Yeah, that hurricane is like it's almost like a big circle, isn't it? And then the tornado is that twister funnel cloud. And then the big waves crashing in is the last one. Nice work. Let's look. 3, 2. Ooh, Lucian's got his text in there too. Nice. Ooh, here's Isaac's. Oh, excellent, Isaac. You rock. Great work. And I see, ooh, there's Mackenzie's, Madison's, hurricane, tornado, big waves. Okay. All right, moving on. Those are 3 examples. Oh, wait, no, we have to read this one. Wind and weather can cause both fast and slow changes to the earth. Circle ways that can slow down. Remember how we said we could protect the house? Well, how can we slow down or prevent the wind and water from changing the shape of the land? And you're not going to circle every picture, are you? Some pictures do not show a way to help or slow down and prevent the damage to the earth. So can you think of a way that might prevent or slow down the damage? It says, let's stop the wind and the water. And you know what they do on the coast, on the beaches on the coast, especially in places where there is a lot of waves, they put these big giant boulders down, and that helps prevent, it gives like the waves a place to crash into before it reaches the beach and the houses and the restaurants and all those fancy hotels. So they use rocks, big boulders, to help keep the water from taking away the beach and affecting all the things on the beach, right? All right, well, so there's more to learn about that, but we're going to move on. After today's lesson, how comfortable do you now feel explaining the effects of both wind and water on Earth's surface? How do you feel now after our lesson about how wind, the different types of wind, and the effects of water can change the land formations, change the shape of the land, and maybe even be devastating. Yeah, I see a lot more A's. I've got this. I can explain the differences between strong and light wind. I can tell about the different types of wind. Ooh, I can even help explain how to prevent wind damage. Yeah. And what about water? Water is just as devastating. Yeah. So one day I will share a picture of, remember my backyard, how much the water and the wind has changed the shape of my backyard since I moved in a million years ago. So you could try experiments like this yourself. You can take, you might have done this already, but the straw and the hair dryer shows the effects of wind. You could try water. You could see how damaging water is. If you get a little tub or something, make sure you're outside and get permission, please. Maybe you could get some sand or some soil, and then you can try dropping water down and see, like raindrops, how much does that change the soil? And then you can take like a flood, a whole bucket, and pour it on there and see what happens. All right, guys, now I think we are all finished. Thank you for learning with me. I love Mackenzie's heart. She makes me happy with that heart. Yeah, I love it. All right, anybody have any questions before we say goodbye?